Hey guys, welcome to another video lesson. I'm really excited for this next project. This is a big one, or biggie, probably the biggest one that we're going to complete for the rest of this year for remote learning. So I need you to gather all of your determination and your motivation. We're going to pull from the skills that we've been harnessing throughout the past few weeks to create this still life drawing. So what are we going to do? We're going to take a look at your thumbnail sketches that you made last week. If you submitted those to me on Schoology, I put a little note in there letting you know which one I thought was the strongest. You guys did a really good job with this. There's some really interesting compositions, some really funny, at least I think it's funny, like joyful objects that you put in your compositions. So what we're going to do is take that thumbnail sketch and then use that for a final still life drawing. Okay, so let's just think about what we've done so far. We started out with your value scale sphere. So remember, we were trying to achieve this full range of value. We have light all the way to dark. And in my little tips for you guys, I did say please have a strong light source for your compositions. That way, when we go to add value, you can clearly see where the lights and the darks are in your reference photo. Okay, so we're going to create three-dimensionality with value. Okay, that's thing number one. Number two is texture. So we did our texture scavenger hunt, and I'm just going to pull up here my drawing. So we used our pencil to recreate the texture from our scavenger hunt. This guy. Okay. So in your final drawing, I want you to try and replicate the texture of the object you're drawing. Okay, so remember, what is texture? Texture is the way that something feels, or in our case, how it looks like it feels. Texture is such an important sense, and if we try and recreate texture in our drawings are going to come that much more alive and be that much more interesting. Okay, so number one is value. Number two is texture. All right, so what are we going to do? Like, how are we going to even start this drawing? What we need to do is first get our basic shapes down. And I always tell my students, pro tip from me to you is, if you're trying to draw an object and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so hard, I don't know how to do this, break it down to a simple shape. And I'm going to attach a worksheet for you so you can see what I'm talking about here, and I will demonstrate it as well when I go and show you how to start this still life drawing. But you want to break your objects down into simple shapes to start. Okay, and then we will add our value and our texture, and that will be good. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my drawing, and I'm very excited. And if you guys have questions, you know, please feel free to shoot me a message on Schoology. But let's go. Let's get started. All right, so what you're going to need for your still life are your thumbnail sketches, and you're going to choose one of these sketches for your final composition. So I have decided to use number 3 as my final composition. I like the way that it's like a bird's eye view looking down on the object. I have some nice shadows happening. And not only are you going to need your thumbnail sketches, but you also need your photo that you took. So you can either be looking at your photo like on your phone like this, or if you want to pull it up on your laptop so it's a little bit bigger, that works too. So once we have our composition figured out, we have our reference photo, then you will start on your final sheet of paper. So you can either just use computer paper or sketchbook paper, or if you have like nice drawing paper, that's fine. But whatever you have is good, okay? All right, so you need your pencil, your eraser, pencil sharpener, reference photo, okay? So the first thing that you're going to want to do is get your basic shapes in your drawing. So I have my coffee cup, I have a pencil, and I have an eraser, okay? I'm going to start with the coffee cup first, and I want to make sure that my drawing is large enough on my paper. So I want your drawing to be at least as large as your hand on your paper. So take advantage of your paper here. Okay, so if I take a look at my coffee cup, it's sitting at an angle. So it's not straight up and down, it's actually at a bit of a diagonal. And if I break it down into simple shapes, I have a cylinder and a circle. So I'm going to start with that. And remember, you're drawing light till you get it right.